Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your big homie Crix the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of a boxing video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about who Dmitry Bivol should fight in his next fight. Now, let's turn it back a little bit and go back to yesterday's boxing match. If you missed it, between Beterbiev and Bivol 2, it was probably one of the best fights, if not the best boxing fight of the year. I mean, it had everything you wanted. I mean, Bivol in rounds 1 and 2 was looking extra crispy. Beterbiev in rounds 3, 4, 5, and 6 was pushing a pace that was incredible, man. It really was incredible. He had Bivol, from what it looked like, on the ropes. And then rounds 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, Bivol just came back and showed the heart of a champion and was able to take the decision win away from Beterbiev. And I mean, there's really no controversy around this fight like there was in the first fight. I think 99% of the people that watched the boxing match yesterday agreed that Bivol won that fight. So after, in his post-fight press conference, he was asked the idea of, fighting Canelo, fighting Beterbiev again, and fighting David Benavidez even. So let's go ahead and hear what he has to say about it, and then I'll touch on who I think he should be boxing next.
And counter-attack.
And also, before we go, would you be interested in fighting David Benavidez, possibly instead of a trilogy with Artur?
I'm open for any fight, but today I wanna enjoy that I'm undisputed champion. I wanna take care of my health because I have some issues. I want to heal myself and then move forward again. Doesn't matter, trilogy, Benavidez, Canelo, or as always, I'm just waiting offer, and I'm saying yes.
Tonight, congratulations, and afterwards.
All right, so he goes on to talk about potentially fighting in December or October even, which kind of lines up a little bit. Actually, it doesn't really line up too much with Canelo, but let's get into it. Right, so he talked about fighting. He doesn't mind fighting Benavidez. He doesn't mind doing the trilogy with Beterbiev, and he doesn't mind fighting Canelo again as well. But that leaves a question: who should he box in his next fight? Now, if he's looking timeline-wise at a boxing match in October or December, that kind of all but takes Canelo out of the equation. Because, as we all know, Canelo is more than likely going to be fighting Terence Crawford in September. So an October turnaround that would be something that we've never seen before in the boxing world. I'm not gonna lie. For him to turn around and fight, for Canelo to turn around and fight Bivol in October or even in December, he would have to just run through Terence Crawford, and we know that's not gonna happen. Terence Crawford is arguably the best boxer in the world, and that's not going to happen. So that kind of takes him out timeline-wise out of the equation, unless Bivol really wants to sit there and wait for Canelo for a Canelo fight next year. But what was interesting to me was he was talking about fighting David Benavidez. That fight in particular is really, really interesting because it kind of has the same appeal that a Beterbiev fight has in terms of the stylistic matchup. We know David Benavidez he's a monster, man. His nickname, the Monster, is no joke. He's a heavy hitter, very, very skilled, very crafty, and he's tough, man. He really, really is. But taking on Dmitry Bivol, it would be a really, really interesting matchup. And I feel like it would be a big money draw as well, because David Benavidez is starting to become one of the biggest names and biggest stars in boxing right now. So that matchup, honestly, even timeline-wise, I don't know if David Benavidez is in talks right now on when a fight should happen. Timeline-wise, it could kind of make sense for him and Bivol to fight in October or even in December. That's a really intriguing fight. But then there's the Beterbiev versus Bivol 3 fight that could be on the table as well. Both guys are 1-1, but I could kind of see the appeal for it, but I could also see the community kind of being worn out of that fight because of the fact that, you know, these guys have fought twice, and Beterbiev is 40 years of age, man. He really, really is. But depending on who you're asking, a lot of people thought Bivol won both fights. So maybe, you know, maybe the boxing world is just tired of seeing this matchup. Me personally, after the fight yesterday, I wouldn't mind seeing Beterbiev and Bivol going at it again. It's a really, really interesting fight, and I feel like it's just a trilogy that has to happen. I'm not gonna lie to you, but if I'm picking Bivol's next opponent, I want to see him fight. Oh man, this one's tough. This one's tough. Out of the three choices right there with Canelo, Benavidez, and Beterbiev, I'd really like to see him fight David Benavidez. And why I want to see him fight David Benavidez is because we've seen him best Canelo. It wasn't a super close fight, in my opinion. It wasn't a super close fight. Canelo's a smaller guy. He's moving up in weight. He would want to be challenging for Bivol's titles again. But we've already seen that fight. Beterbiev, I wouldn't mind seeing that matchup. Obviously, because those fights are always super close. Obviously, depending on who you're asking, those fights are always super close. So I wouldn't mind seeing that. But David Benavidez is really an intriguing matchup. He really, really is an intriguing matchup for somebody like Dmitry Bivol. Not only because he's fresh, he would be a fresh face. We've never seen that matchup. The hype that David Benavidez is now having because of the run that he's been going on, and because of the fact that people have been wanting to see him fight Canelo Alvarez, I feel like a lot of eyes would be on Dmitry Bivol versus David Benavidez. And the fight stylistically would be a banger as well, because David Benavidez is very much a pressure fighter. He's a heavy hitter. He's known to just, you know, wear out opponents over the course of a fight. And, you know, that's something that in both Beterbiev fights with Dmitry Bivol, we kind of seen him struggle with a little bit. You know, in this last fight yesterday versus Beterbiev, Bivol kind of in moments looked like he was fatigued. He really, really did. And David Benavidez is a pressure fighter as well. He will not slow down on you, and he will. It's fair to say David Benavidez as a combination striker is a lot better than Beterbiev. I'm not gonna lie. In my opinion, I could be lying, I'm flying, whatever. But David Benavidez would not allow Bivol really to just move side to side and really take breaks like Beterbiev did in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th round. So, in my opinion, I would like to see Benavidez and Bivol run it probably in October, by the latest November. I don't want to see them wait until December to do that fight. But let me know, in your guys' opinion, who would you guys like to see Dmitry Bivol fight in his next fight? And let me know why. I'm going to be answering every single comment in the comment section of this video, so please let me know. But that's it from me, my people. If you guys did enjoy this video and you guys are new to the channel, make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as slap that like button. It would be much appreciated, so that way more and more people get to enjoy the great content that I have for you guys here on the channel. And one more thing before we head out, I am going to be doing a breakdown of how Bivol was able to beat Beterbiev in their second fight. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to record it tonight, and I'm going to be dropping the video for you guys tomorrow. So make sure your guys' post notifications are turned on, so that way you guys don't miss it. But until next time, my people, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I'll see y'all in the next video.